What up, YouTube? It's your boy Phat, Fat Daddy, Phat Outdoors, and we here right in my backyard. I'm about 5 minutes away from my house, and over here at Star Bend boat ramp. Kind of give you guys a little shot. Like I was saying before the camera turned off, I don't know why I keep turning the camera off, but anyway, I live in the valley, and we don't have a lot of woodlands out here. And the woodlands that we do have, you know, we got the Feather River behind me. That's where I'm going to show you guys today. But they trash it, man. And where I live in, I call it Yuba Tucky. It's the Marysville, Yuba City area. And they trash the outdoors. And so it's really sad. And speaking of being sad, it's Veterans Day today, and so you know what, big ups to all the vets that are out there. Big ups to you guys, man, for all that you guys do for serving our country. You know, I ain't a vet, but I got friends who are vets, and war is difficult. War is challenging. I can't really speak from experience because I never had no experience. I can tell you what the struggle on the streets is like, but I can't tell you what the struggle is in war. But I do know this, it affects a lot of people in a lot of ways. And so today what I want to do, nobody tagged me, let's get that out the way, but I want to talk about men's mental health and have you guys come along for the Show Us Your Steak Challenge. Haze Outdoors, he put this together, and I thought it was a great thing, man. When I saw it, I was deeply moved, and one of the reasons I was deeply moved, one of the reasons that I wanted to participate in this so bad is because, truth be known, man, I suffer with depression greatly. It affects me in a major way, depression and anxiety. And I have found that coming out in outdoors has relieved that. So let's get to the cooking, let's get to the talking, and we're just gonna chop it up a little bit about men's issues. It's women's issue too. A lot of people are affected with depression. It really surprised me how many people are affected by depression as soon as I started talking about my own situation. So let's get out here, show you what I call a woodland, I guess. I don't know, it's a riverside. And we're just gonna have a good time today. So like I was saying, this is the closest thing that we have to a woodland in our area. And it's pretty much trash. Look, as soon as you walk over, you begin to see how people have trashed it. I use trekking poles because I had a hip replacement. So, but look at the garbage on the ground. It's everywhere. As soon as you get out here, I don't know if it's just because it's an economically depressed area or what it is, but people just trash it like it's a thing to do. Look, the back of a TV. Talking about men's mental health and depression. Sadly, sometimes coming out here can be depressing when you see all the garbage that people put out here. So let's see if I can take you guys over and see the Feather River. So should have brought a fishing pole, but yeah, look at the trash. People come out here and party. There's top ramen, little fire pit. That's what we're gonna use to cook on today. But first we gotta go get some wood. Yeah, look, it's everywhere. So that's where we're headed. But first let's go get some wood. A lot of oak trees. I'll tell you what, this is good. Oh yeah, look, there's a Budweiser box growing in the bushes and a tire. Folks, clean up your garbage. Actually, in this area is pretty much used as a dumping grounds. That's what most people do. So they come out here, they dump their garbage. The city has cameras set up, but obviously cameras aren't working. Wasting city resources. I don't know if you can see it, but right there, That's the beautiful Feather River. Striper, salmon, they all be running. I mean, honestly, it's a beautiful area, man. A lot of deer out here. People do a lot of deer hunting. This is actually the first time that I decided to like come out and do a little camp and cook. So I wanted to show you guys something. A tree, I came out here the other day, found some hot spot for some wood that I can gather. Really, I don't want to be cutting nothing down out here. It's not a lot of dead standing, but let's see if we can get to this little spot and show you this. It's kind of crazy. All right, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but if you look down here, all this, look at it. It's all over the place. Deer. That's what it is. Look at it. I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, it's literally all over. It's all over here. It's just deer poop. Here's a good pile. Yeah, good pile of poop. But yeah, it's all over the place around here. So deer be going crazy. I always see a lot of guys coming down here hunting. One guy was out here hunting with his son the other night. It was pretty cool. It's just nice. Definitely not going to the beehives today. That's not an option. Now if I could just remember where that wood was. There's plenty of wood everywhere, but there's one little particular tree that I wanted to get. Well, looks like I forgot where it was. Last time I didn't come past these beehives. I don't want to play with the bees. One time we were up here on the levee and they were going at us. Well, here's some seasoned oak, so I'm just gonna pick this up off the ground and use this for my fire. That should be good enough. That way I don't have to cut anything down or anything, trash it any more than it's already trashed. Well, this is the spot. They already brought the cervezas and they brought the super duper meal, so that's cool. That's my Maxpedition, all my camera gear and stuff. I'm a little overzealous, obviously, but yeah, that's what I'm bringing. First time, actually, I gotta tell you guys, going on a little day hike like this. Yeah, I'm a fat brother, man, but I'm just trying to get out and do things. So yeah, I got that thing loaded down way heavier than I need it to be. So lesson learned, trying to figure out how to make it a little bit more condensed. That's what we're about to do in just a minute, as soon as we get some wood going. So I got my wood processed. That should be plenty for what I'm doing. I'm just doing a little steak. That's a little fire pit, kind of cleaned it out. And so we about to get started. So it was my 47th birthday. My daughter, she got me this. So this is what we're using today. Usually I'd use the firebox, but I wanted to kind of open this up, make sure not to throw the trash on the ground. Yeah, so what we got is Bushcraft 2 Grill Set Blaze. It's by expeditionresearch.com. I've been wanting these for a while. They're pretty cool. So yeah, they're a lot stronger than I thought. I thought it was going to be rinky-dink, but yeah, it looks good. That's the big one. Let's see here. That's the little one. That'll work great on the firebox. Both of these will work great on the firebox. And yeah, there's a little stuff sack. So little stuff sack form. So that's pretty cool. Kind of excited about using these today. Expedition Research. So I just want to, yeah, that'll work good. You can probably get it like right there. Yeah, that looks good, man. Hey, now we having fun. This is what I'm talking about. Show us your steak challenge. Yeah, man, this is it. All right, how you doing?
All right.
Good. We got fire. I'm just really trying to make a small fire. I don't want to do too much, but I do want to get a nice little bed of coals going. It's kind of odd doing a fire. California's burning right now. I'm not too far from Paradise. Got some friends who may have to evacuate Oroville and come stay at our house, so that's what they might be doing, but that's kind of scary. People getting out and doing stupid stuff with fire. Alright, so while I'm waiting for my coals, I'm gonna go ahead and get the food prepped. Got a couple potatoes, a little bit of onion, some butter, and then I got a ribeye here that I'm gonna season up. Call this skillet potatoes and onions. So it's just regular potatoes. These are the greenest potatoes I've ever seen. Yeah, so this is just sliced up potatoes like that. I'm gonna put some oil in them. Where my onion? My butter, I'm gonna put in my bag so it doesn't melt. Set that over there. And my coals are doing good. There's my onion. This is where a fat brother wish he had his gloves. I ain't got my gloves. Just gonna have to make do. I could throw that in the fire. Alright. Just gonna cut up this onion. I like having a knife that's dedicated just to wood and food, so I'm really happy about that because my Condor, it don't even, that thing's so dull. You should see it. I gotta sharpen it. This little cast iron. It's really small, but we're gonna make it work. Throw that right on top of there. Then we're gonna throw some cooking oil in there. Season up, and then we're gonna get this on the fire. Alright, so this is the way I do my steaks anyway. Put a little Worcestershire sauce on it. Just like that. Then, what I like, man, I like to make a lot of rubs myself. But I found that this gourmet burger from Weber, man, is delicious. So, that's all I put on a steak. It's just a little Worcestershire sauce and a little of this gourmet burger. Now this is where I wish I really had my gloves. I'm touching meat and touching everything else. So let me see if I can do that. Alright. Rub that in. Forgot to bring a rag. Then just sprinkle it like that. Rub that in. So that's my ribeye right there. That's all I do. Wrap that back up. Let that sit for a little while. Okay, we've got a nice little bed of coals now. So that should just about do it. We should just about be cool. So now, for my skillet potatoes, this is what I do. I'm just going to throw some oil in there. We'll see how much oil. That's pretty much all of it. That should be good. A little bit of that slap your mama. Gotta have slap your mama on everything. And then we're just going to kind of set that in there and see what happens. See what happens, fat boy. Throw that there. Start to get my grill hot. Now we're cooking. And sipping. Here's a little treat. I like to always bring a little bit of hickory with me because I'm a barbecue dude and I like hickory, so it just adds a little layer of flavor that I like. When I think barbecue, even on a steak, I use just a little hickory. Fire's burning kind of low, but I got something for it. Pocket bellows, boy. Alright, give these potatoes and onions a little stir. Yeah, there we go. Add my little bit of hickory. That's quite a bit of hickory, but that'll be good. And potatoes are coming out real good. About time to throw that steak on. Smell that hickory. All right. Oh yeah. Haha. That's good. That's what a fat brother talking about. That's a good looking steak. Just want to throw a little bit more hickory on it. That should keep us going for a minute. Get a nice char. All right, let's give it a turn. Oh yeah. That's a good steak right there, boy. That's gonna be good eating. Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Thank you, T-Ta, for my little grill. Thank you, T-Ta. That's fun. This is good stuff. I figure right now, while the steak is cooking, the potatoes are getting done, go ahead and talk to you guys for just a bit. Getting ready to crack this up. It's a Hooked Fall River Brewing. It's a local brewery out of Reading. They say, let's tie one on. I wish I was fishing today, but I'm not. But it says, best enjoyed outdoors. So I'm outdoors, so I'm going to enjoy it. And talk a little bit about men's mental health, depression. It's a sensitive subject, man. It's really hard to speak about. I know firsthand because I suffer with depression, and so as a pastor, father, you know, a supervisor at work, it's difficult as a man to talk about depression. You know, so when this came out, I thought, you know, what the heck, get outside and do it. And for me, being outside has revolutionized my coping with depression. It really has. Getting outside, being by myself, doing videos, you know, being in the outdoor community on YouTube, if you want to call it that, it's helped me tremendously. And so I just want to help others and let them know it's okay to talk about. I preach, you know, every other Sunday. I got another pastor at my church, New Covenant Baptist in Sacramento, California, and the struggles are real. I think about the pastors and the suicide rate. I think about men in general and the suicide rate. Lot of crazy statistics. I don't have, you know, statistics. Most people say, you know, 80% of statistics are made up on the fly. So I don't want to, you know, make up a statistic, but it's really high. And men have a hard time dealing with their feelings. You know, I like to call myself, you know, extroverted introvert, so to speak. You know, I can be the life of the party, but you know what? I hate being the life of the party. I hate having to, what I call Paul Kaiser all the time. I don't like to do it. Depression. I think that first time that I realized that I really had depression, don't know when it started. I always was a melancholy little chubby kid. You know, I really felt for people. I really feel for people today. But I think that about 3 years ago, I realized that I'm a depressed person, you know, and I kept it bottled up, kept it for my wife, kept it for my kids, kept it for my church, and it literally almost consumed me. Yeah, it almost consumed me, and I realized that, you know what, I just, some days I just cry myself to work and didn't even know why I was crying, and you know, nothing wrong, having a good life, just depressed. And I remember one day I realized I needed to do something about it. I stood up in the pulpit to preach, and yeah, it's a little hard for this, but I stood up in the pulpit and preached, and I started crying and didn't know why I was crying. I mean, it's hard right now doing what I'm doing. But I stood up in the pulpit and didn't know why I was crying. I was just crying. And, you know, I'm a crier. Everybody knows I'm a crier at my church. You know, my wife knows I'm a crier. I'm very comfortable with it. But at that moment, that wasn't the normal Paul Kaiser cry. That was a depressed cry, but I didn't know why. I didn't know what triggered it, didn't know what caused it. I just had a heaviness, and I was unsettled that day. That day, I realized, you know what, something is wrong with me. And I had to make a change. I had to change some things. I had to change something. And that became the outdoors. I got a kayak. You know, I read some books. So let's start there. I read some books, you know. How you doing, sir? Yeah, this is just about done. I used to own a barbecue joint, and don't want to say that I'm a meat expert, but man, when you know when a steak is done, you know it by touch. See this right here? This is pretty much nice medium. Look at the juices on there. This end over here, a little bit more pink. It's still kind of mooing at you, so I'm going to kind of just back this up just a little bit like that. Try to let this end cook a little bit, but right now that steak is just about ready to come off. I'm going to wrap it in foil, finish up this video, enjoy this steak. Yeah, I was a nice guy talking about the fires that are going on up here. It's pretty crazy. All the fires. California's on fire. Yeah, but back to where I was. Yeah, and so I realized something was wrong. I had to do something. And so I read a couple books. I read Spurgeon's Sorrows. It was interesting to find out that Charles Spurgeon was plagued with depression. That was good for me as a pastor. You know, you're the one that's supposed to have it all together. You're the one that's supposed to, you know, have everything right, have all the answers, I guess. But I didn't have an answer for this. And it was good to see that Spurgeon suffered with depression. And I read some other books. Christians get depressed too. I tell you guys, man, get out there. If you have depression, get out there and read some books. Get to know what it is. I found out that I have depression, anxiety. I told my doctor about it, and my doctor gave me some alternatives. You know, I don't like to take a lot of medication. Back in the day, man, I was a serious drug user and had a real drug problem most of my life, and so I didn't want to take. I don't want to take any medication. And when I want to enjoy myself, I want to enjoy myself. And when I get down and out, you know what? Hey, I like to feel. I'm an empath, I guess you'd say. I like to feel those feelings, and so yeah. Now look at me. See right now, even worried about this guy walking back up on me, talking about these things. Men, we got to get out there and talk about it. So I began to talk about it in the pulpit, talked to my doctor. My doctor gave me some alternatives. You know, he said medication is the last resort. I was glad to hear that. Some of you know what, I'm not despising medication. That's just my situation. I will take medication if it gets out of hand, but I'm learning to cope with it. I'm learning to manage it, and so I'd encourage you to you know, do some things. All the books, they said one thing. They said, you know what, get a hobby, do something to occupy yourself. And that became the outdoors for me. That's what I did. I got some fishing poles, I got a kayak, and yeah, that's what I did. I started coming outside, and man, believe it or not, man, that's my anti-drug, I guess you'd say, my anti-depression. It changed my life. I love it. And so, yeah, I'd encourage you guys, you know, just get out there, talk to somebody if you're depressed. There's tons of resources. Find a church, a good church, Bible-believing church. If that's not your cup of tea, I tell you everybody that it's supposed to be your cup of tea. Repent and believe the gospel. But right now, you know what? If you got depression, man, see a doctor, see a therapist. Talk to people. Talk to your spouse. Talk to your children. Yeah, and create awareness. Let people know that, you know what, men get depressed. And we struggle. You know, we have this battle. That internal conflict. We're supposed to be tough guys, you know. We're supposed to be machismo and all that stuff, but yeah, we get down. I'm just rambling right now, so let's get into the steak. Haze, and thanks for doing this. I had to jump in, yeah. Little piece of aluminum foil, well, big piece of aluminum foil. Do with that. Let's see if I tear this in half, save some for next time. Alright, look at that steak. That steak is better than ready. Potatoes are better than ready. Oh, that's good. I don't want to overcook it. So, pull that off. Look at that. That's a good ribeye. Wrap it up. Always, always let your steak rest. Well, typical fat boy fashion. I forgot a plate of some sort, but man, let me see if you can see that. Look at that. That's a show us your steak challenge. You cut into this thing. Oh yeah, that was perfect. I don't know how you like your steak. I don't like mine to moo at me. But I do like it a little medium. Might have just went a tad too long. No, it's alright. It's got some pink. It's a good looking ribeye. Not every day I get to do ribeye. Most of the time I'm playing with that sirloin or whatever because I got a bunch of kids. Well, 3 kids. 3 grown men and women, but they still in the pocketbook. Let's see if you guys can see that. I don't want to lose my juices. But look at that. Man, that's good eating right there. That's good eating. I'm just going to throw it all into the skillet. We're going to eat it out of the skillet. That's what we're going to do. Don't lose those juices because I'm going to throw those juices right into this skillet. As soon as I get it cut up. Tell you what, outdoors makes a fat brother hungry too. Smell like hickory. Throw that right on top of there. Oh, meat flies are here. Of course, meat flies haunt a fat brother. Yeah, that is lunch. Or breakfast, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and I'm going to do this. Get out of there, meat fly. Throw that right on top of there like that. That's good. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me try to break this up a little bit more. Man, you know a fat brother likes some fat too. So that's good. That's why I like ribeye, because hecka tender. But man, that's good. Yeah, that's good. With the potatoes, onions, slap your mama. That Weber gourmet burger. Look at this. Right there. Look at that. Can you see that? Can you see that? That's hecka good. Alright. Let's get down to business. Alright, this got to be the worst camera angle ever, but I guess that's why they call it Phat Outdoors. I really wish I had a tripod right now, man, but we're about to get into this steak. Enjoyed chatting with you guys, enjoyed sharing a little of my backstory. Yeah, with that, let's say grace. Yeah, amen and amen. So, try a little potatoes. Potatoes is good, but let me see if I can bring you in on that. Look at that. Nice. Medium. That's how I like my junk. Medium. Taste the hickory. Talking with a mouthful. It's a good life, man. Feather River and Brain. Nice folks, you know. Yeah, there's trash. But it's a good life. There's more people struggle with depression than you know. So, I guess at this point, while I'm eating, oh man, one thing I forgot. Best enjoyed outdoors, hooked. Fall River Brewing Company. Now is a good life. Yeah, praise God for the simple things in life. But like I was saying, man, I don't even know. I mean it at that. So, that's right. That's what a fat brother was trying to say. I knew I was supposed to say something. Yeah, I guess now at this point it's time for me to tag some people. And I'm new to the YouTube community, but there's a few people I've been communicating with. One guy that I really enjoy is Second Chance George. Second Chance George, but I don't know if you eat meat, man. So I don't know if you could do a steak challenge. You were one of the first people I wanted to challenge to do it. So hey, Second Chance George, if you can, cook up a steak, man. That'd be great. That'd be great. You know, they say 2 weeks to do it, whatnot. Have at it. But the other one is Carolina Haze Outdoors. That's you, dude. Come on, man. Let me see your steak. You're always cooking. Love your recipes. Love your videos, man. Carolina Haze Outdoors. Let's see your steak. Show me your steak, brother. Show me your steak. And who else? Of course, the one and only Bro Nation. So, oh yeah, that's right. I'm coming at you, brother. That's right. So, Broseph Russell, yeah, you show us your steak, Broseph Russell. Let's see you do it, brother. I know you love to be outside. Yeah, I know you love to cook. So show us your steak. And then I'm going to put a tag team match for you two. HP Outdoors. I'm going to have you join Broseph Russell. Come on, let's see you guys put it together. So there we go. We got Carolina Haze Outdoors. We got Broseph Russell. And we got HP Outdoors. Let's see your steak. Show us your steak. That's the challenge. I'm laying it out. It's for us little YouTubers. You know, they got these big dudes. You know, you got Joe Robinette. You got Doug supposed to be doing it. My Self-Reliance. And these guys got thousands and thousands. But you know what? I got about $1.25 worth of listeners or viewers. And man, I wanted to do this. I thought, what the heck? I'm going to do it. Nobody tagged me. I'm going to tag some other fools. Hopefully they'll want to do it. Hopefully you guys will participate. Hopefully you'll create awareness, eat some good food outside. One more. Man, how could I forget you, brother? Cheesehead Chris. Cheesehead Chris. I mean, I tried to check in with you on the other day. You would have been tagged, for sure. Adam TV Outdoors, you too, you would have probably been tagged. Because checked in with you guys, kind of just chumming the water a little bit. You guys are kind of on injured reserve right now, busy, whatnot. Cheesehead Chris, praying for you, brother. Yeah, but you guys would have been tagged for sure. So I probably would have tagged about 5-6 fools. Yeah, that's what I would have done. And 3 is hard. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate all of you. Yeah, appreciate all of you. Thanks, man, for allowing me to comment on your videos and for showing me love. Really appreciate it. It's a good life. And so as always, folks, remember this. Get outside, enjoy life, and always have a lot of fun at it. Phat, Phat Outdoors. Fat brother know how to cook. That was good stuff.